Well, everybody, it is time for the last episode of Streets of New Cappuccinos next week now. I'm your host, the underscore Ida, aka twitch.tv/the_Ida, and here, as always, we have Tracky, the Curiosity intern, deck checker, deck builder, and deck lover? How are you doing, Tracky?
I'm doing fine. Excited to be here for a special episode right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I actually have no clue what's going on in this episode. So, you sent me a message on what you would like. Um and I said, "Cool, looks awesome." So, yeah, what's this all about?
Okay, so very quickly we'll cover the deck, but then after that, since it's like the final week, you're like, oh, why am I watching this video? I can't play this deck. There's no more weeks unless like I'm in the top 8. 'Cause, yeah, we got the
It's true.
Crown Cave Dweller clash
The
this weekend.
the Cave Dweller Clash coming up this weekend, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. It is double elimination, and it is double the fun of normal events.
Uh, and go ahead and watch if you participated at all in Curiosity this season. If you stay till the end, there will be a raffle for a box of Dominaria United.
Dominaria, yeah, a set booster box of Dominaria United. Also, we will be raising funds for the animal shelter of the winner's choice. So, Curiosity is a fun event. There's no real prizes besides friendship and giving money to animals.
Also, the gems we get for winning.
Oh, yeah, and there's the gems, but, that's just a little icing on the cake.
So, because it's the last week, the deck is just going to be like background. Like, we're not going to focus too much on that. What we are going to mainly talk about is it's basically going to be a retrospective of the season.
Hmm.
Uh, what decks performed well, what decks didn't, specific cards that were like overperformed, cards that like underperformed, or we were just surprised we didn't get much play.
Hmm.
On what people will play in the finals, because we know all the 8 people that are playing in the finals, and we can guess what they might be playing, and perhaps even a little bit of talk about the next mini season, the Baldur's Gate
The
stuff.
degenerate
Uh,
season, Baldur's Gate.
I mean, it doesn't have inspiring overseer, so how degenerate can it be?
Oh,
Okay,
you'll love it, Tracky. It's a season for your
so
heart.
So quick talk about this deck. It's Red Green Treasures. This is actually the very first deck I made for Streets of New Capenna. Um, Modified a bit, of course. But as soon as I saw Stimulus Package and Bootlegger Stash,
Hmm.
I was like, I need to make a deck around this.
Yeah.
And basically, the entire deck is built around making a bunch of treasures and turning those treasures into creatures through Stimulus Package or Ginny Fey, or turning them into damage through like Pyre Sledge Arsonist and Jetmir's Fixer.
Oh,
So
I love it. Is this
yeah,
the deck that you played last week?
yes, it is the deck I played last week. I got 2-1 with the deck. Uh, Lost to Selesnya, but
Hmm.
it feels like most decks in the format. Um, yeah, the main problem is Selesnya actually has artifact enchantment hate, so I can actually destroy my stimulus package, which is very sad.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't want your package taken away. Well, we should just hop right in, right?
Yep.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Okay, and yeah, for this one, just like going through the decks, I'll like say what I think, like the top 10 in order from like 10 to stuff. I gave you like my order.
Dang.
Ready, but...
Right on, I can dig it. Can you dig it? Alright, the first match, it's Selesnya, Treasure, Love versus...
Grixis Mill.
Alright, this is Gruul, not Selesnya. Oops.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Grixis Mill doing Tempest Funk's list, except instead of slashing white for depopulate for some reason, I cut that and instead actually put in the rare mill card, which was missing in the original list for some reason.
Which rare mill card?
Cut your losses.
Oh, so it'd be it's more close to
yes, the
I think
one you played.
Ida's list.
That is correct.
Is he around?
Okay.
Yeah. This is good. Yeah, my list. Just a god tier list. I mean, obviously, there was a big difference between my list and Tempest Funk's list. Tempest Funk, though, you know, wanting to be me, which is fine, because who doesn't?
Okay. But, again, not talking too much about the decks. So, first things first, I played a bunch of decks this season. A different deck every week. Don't know why you're blitzing that. Never blitz Mayhem Patrol, please.
Why?
Because, you know what? I'm going to talk about that very soon.
Oh, okay.
So the main reason is, I played a lot of decks, so I got rankings for all the decks. The 10 decks I made, the 10 archetypes, in order from worst to best.
Nice.
We'll start off with I'll actually talk about both the worst, number 10 and number 9. I'll talk about both of those.
Sure, go ahead.
Because the problems are very similar. So at number 10, I'll put Jund, or Riveteers. And at number 9 is Rakdos. Which I don't think those ratings are too surprising to people who have played the format. So the reason I put the rankings like that is because the main issue with those two archetypes is with the blitz mechanic. Now, Ida, you've been playing a bunch of Limited, and you've done some Curiosity, and seen some. Like, what are your thoughts on the Blitz archetype? Like the Blitz mechanic?
Didn't the Blitz archetype do alright at the beginning of the season?
It's... Red-Black has had some 2-1s, but... surprisingly enough, it's... the less aggro focused they are, and the more mid-range focused they are, the stronger they are.
Yeah, I think I only really competed with 2 different decks this season. Both went 2-1. My mill deck, which obviously had no blitz, and then I don't remember the other deck I had.
You played Bant, but yeah. So
what was that deck?
Bant?
Oh my god, sorry. Leroy's just laying on my keyboard. Yeah, what was the deck? I don't even remember.
Just the different version of the Bant deck that I played in the we played in the lost episode of Next Week Now.
You know I have no idea. I don't remember that far back.
Unimportant. Anyways, so the main problem with Blitz is it's an aggro archetype, right? Like, it's an aggro mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
However, you sacrifice board presence for aggro. So you're not building up your board. You're dealing damage, and you do draw a card, but your board is not there. And the problem with that is that as soon as you get into a situation where what you end up drawing off your blitz card is a land card or like some like irrelevant non-land card, then you start to get in trouble. Good idea to cast this into 4 open mana. Good job, Ida.
I mean, I know this is a removal deck. You have to remove. I got to get the removal out of your hand. Can't do it by not playing stuff.
Arcane Bombardment, let's go. So yeah, you're falling behind on board when you are using Blitz. The additional problem comes in with the fact that there is a lot of incidental life gain in the format. We got the sack tri-lands, right? And the ones that can sacrifice themselves, you get like one of 3 basic lands, and you also
gain a life.
Yeah, you gain a life.
I remember those.
Then, let's see, each turn, exile, copy each card, exile. I've never played with Arcane Bombardment. This card seems strong. Mill 3, then. I get that. At random, huh? Okay. Then I do this, which allows me to do... Okay. But yeah, we have that. Inspiring Overseer gains you a life upon entering the battlefield. There's Civil Servant, which gains you a ton of life. Then we've also got like Knockout Blow, which is just like, not only does it kill one of your creatures, it also gives your opponent 2 lives. So just all this life gain adds up. And so even though you were being aggro with the Blitz plan, basically through that life gain, your opponent has gotten rid of all the progress you made.
All that progress you made is now nothing. So, is that why we don't see like Girder Goons no more?
Girder Goons is actually one of the only acceptable ones for this. I shouldn't have cast Maestro's Charm with the damage dealing, now that I think about it. Oh well.
So it'll probably fizzle. So like, right here, I'm pretty much Bonezord.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just what makes Jund and Rakdos just not as good, because the Blitz mechanic just does not work in this format. Jund is worse than Rakdos because, I mean, Jund's 3-color, and it's an aggro deck. A 3-color aggro deck just does not work as well.
I love this. Cut your losses, Arcane Bombardment combo. Just you're not guaranteed to get Arcane Bombardment back.
Cut your losses, yeah, but...
Or cut your losses, but...
But you can.
You can, yeah.
Plus, it's just consistently milling out, like, when you get a creature, like, my deal gone bad happens. So, like, you can't really have a creature against me.
Oh, yeah, I can.
No. Ooh, nice. Bootlegger stash. So, yeah, Jund worse than Rakdos in that regard. But just overall, not where you want to be in this format. So and that's why Jund is number 10 and Rakdos is number 9.
Gotcha.
Then for the number 8 spot, I think this one might surprise some people. I'd say it's Bant. Which is surprising coming off of like Limited, right? Where Bant's one of the stronger archetypes you can play, right?
Yeah.
But in this format, I think the main problem with Bant is, well, let me talk about one of the benefits of Bant in Limited and of going 3-color in Limited. Most of the time in Limited, when you're playing a 2-color deck, you're like 20 through 23rd card in your deck. Those tend to be like, you're not happy with playing them. You're like, I guess I'll play it, but like, it's nothing really exciting. It's like, it's a 2-2. Like, sure, I'll play this Civic Gardener. By going 3-color, though, you don't have to worry about that. You can just play all the best cards of the 3 different colors, meaning you're not really playing any bad cards in your deck. And you're also getting the powerful 3-color options as well, which are much better than just playing like the Civic Gardener.
So I think I'm dead here. So it's just infinite. You just get to play all the cards exiled.
Yes.
And it just adds one more card.
Yep.
Because you got murder, and then
I can just kill all your creatures.
All right, let us just take it easy and concede.
Okay. Sideboard, you can come up with the sideboard on.
Oh, I've got the greatest sideboard tech.
Okay. So yeah, that's the benefit for Bant in Limited, that you're playing those really powerful cards rather than just playing like these like just playables. Did you add in Broken Wings?
Guess we'll have to find out.
You hopefully you did.
I don't have to tell you that.
An enchantment.
You know my deck. It is open.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's open deck list. You know my deck, so I.
Mulligan down to 5. Oh, in curiosity though, since it's a constructed format, even though it mimics Limited in a lot of different ways, and is trying to be similar to the Limited experience, it's still not Limited. You get to choose which cards go into your deck. That means you're not playing. You don't have those like cards that you're just like iffy about playing, but you have to play them in order to like have enough playables in your deck. So all that means is that you don't need to go into a 3rd color to have enough playables in that regard. And the common and uncommon power level of the cards in Streets of New Capenna is incredibly high. We have insanely strong commons, and we have insanely good uncommons. It's just absurd. Like, some of the cards like that are really strong didn't even see any play because just like there's only a limited amount of space, right? That we can have. What do I want to discard from you? Probably.
You can choose any of these cards.
Probably. Yeah, Requisitioners. Okay. So by playing a Bant, what ends up happening is that even though it does have some strong cards, you're just better off going into either blue-white or white-green,
Mm.
because those archetypes are incredibly strong. And just by adding a third color, you're basically diluting the strength of the archetypes. There, sure, you get access to like disciplined duelist and broker's ascendancy, but it's like, yeah, but like white has insanely good commons, rares and mythics. Like there's no need to add in broker's ascendancy when you got like rabble rousing, sanctuary warden, halo fountain, um, all Elspeth, like all cards that have like been suspended or banned.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, and I'll strangle this.
No, not my fixer. What did he do to you?
Same with the uncommons. Like, yeah, like I could play disciplined duelist, but like, why bother? Like, by being white green, I can just play like Darling of the Masses, Citizen's Crowbar, and Luxurious Libation. Like, that seems a lot better to me.
Hmm. I feel like Pyre Sledge is a win more card.
Yeah, it kind of is, but I like it.
Like when we were watching on Saturday, we were like, this card has done nothing. Every time we've seen it,
mostly just die. That is fair. But yeah.
I mean, I guess that there's something about that, you know, if something just dies, it's not the worst it can happen. This is gonna hurt, but just go for it. Go for it, go for it.
So yeah, that's why I'm saying Bant is number 8. Very good in limited, not so much in curiosity. Better to just go Azorius or Selesnya. What are your thoughts on Bant? You got anything to add?
What colors are banned? I never remember this shit. I remember Grixis and Esper. Sometimes I remember Sultai. But Bant is what? Green, white, something.
Green, white, blue.
Yeah. Since I just never, like, play it, that, you know?
So any thoughts on it, or anything you want to say on that archetype, or or should we move on to the next one?
Well, I think like when it comes down to like constructed versus unstructed things, like
unstructed, huh?
Unstructed, yeah. Like, I think it's interesting. Maybe we do this.
Number 7. Oh god, stimulus package. I would say number 7 archetype is Dimir. Dimir has two kind of ways to really play it. Yeah, I'm dead here. You can either go a more kind of tempo-ish route, or you can go the Reanimator list that I played. Dimir, it's meh. It's nothing too exciting. Nothing too bad either. Very much hated out by unlicensed versus in the sideboard. Or when playing against Grixis, if your opponent is like Corpse Appraiser. But it's got decent flyers and good removal. It's just kind of like outclassed by the other archetypes. So I don't have too much to say on Dimir.
I think there's some pretty good kill spells in the format. The issue right now is that I've already switched over to playing that one set, the
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, that I like pretty much forget. Streets of New Capenna. The thing about it is that so it wasn't that good of a set for limited. And as much as I'm not like a big fan of alchemy, like the set draft, like the draft kind of set, Al Baldur's Gate is way better than Streets of New Cappuccino. So it's like, what do you do?
I'd agree with that. Number 6 is going to be Naya. Now, Naya is kind of in the same boat as Bant, where it's like, it's a 3-color where both of its colors are better. Like, I would rather be in Gruul or Selesnya than in Naya.
Mm.
Naya, by the way, is white, red, green.
White, red, green. For all those who are listening out there who are unsure.
Don't know. Just like
the color pairs.
Again, but Naya's in a slightly better situation than Bant, where there are some benefits to going Naya. And the benefit of going Naya over just straight red-green is that you get access to Inspiring Overseer, which is the best common in the set.
Mm-hmm.
And the benefit, no matter how small, of going it over Selesnya is that you get access to Stimulus Package and Strangle, which are good cards.
That is true.
So Naya, I would say it's better in that regard than Bant, which is why I've got it up higher in the number 6 spot. Still, you'd much rather play Gruul or Selesnya. And number 5, I would say, is actually Gruul.
Gruul.
Yeah. I think Stimulus Package is a very strong card.
I don't know. Like, I think it's okay. I don't know. I'm not quite. I don't know why you love Stimulus Package so much.
I love Stimulus Package so much. It just creates an army of like 1/1s. Like your Jewel Thief is now like 4/4 worth of stats. Your big scores draw you 2 cards and create 2 1/1s. Like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I feel like the meta doesn't care. like like we have seen some enchantments that are very, very awesome, but the meta like doesn't care to bring in, I mean, like maybe you'll bring like a Broken Wings or some kind of enchantment removal, but Stimulus Package, I think the best way to get around it, kind of, is it's just trample. Creatures are flying.
Probably not trample, but yeah, I'm flying.
So, and I think it's like, it's very janky combo. Like, it's not even, like, I know you love the card, but it's just like, it's like this pyre guy. Like, hypothetically, it does something awesome, but Stimulus Package to me seems better with like, with a little bit of white in it or some, like, I don't even know.
That's where Naya comes in. However, I think red-green is more consistent in that regard, which is why I put it ahead of Naya. Red-green is not too impressive. It's still just in the number 5 spot.
It don't impress me much.
It does better than you would think it would do, based on its performance in Streets of New Capenna Limited. But Like, it's still not one of those top archetypes in the format. Now, when we get to the number 4 spot, that's when we get to decks that have actually been, like, you know, really strong performers.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And number 4 is actually Grixis. Now, I'm taking into account what it was, all the archetypes, what they were like before, like bannings and stuff. Grixis, before Hostile Takeover got banned, was quite good. Grixis's main issue is that it is heavily reliant on its rare and mythics. So if you don't draw your rares or mythics, then you're not in the best place.
It's not a good place to be. I think we just do this right now. I think we just see. So you have a kill spell, but
yes,
we got to get it out of your hand.
Okay.
It's just how it be. It's the things you got to do.
So yeah, Grixis
I don't
Hostile
know if
Takeover.
Wait, do you not?
Is... Fuck, you're right.
But hey, it's all right.
I should have just done this the first time.
Murder.
Oh, Maestro Storm. I forgot you had 2 mana open. Oh well. So yeah, Grixis Hostile Takeover is probably the best rare mythic in the set. Grixis is not nearly as good now that that's been banned, but the mill plan is actually still decently viable.
I feel like the mill deck hasn't really like it didn't get its time to shine. Maybe it'll get its time to shine in finals, but I think it's that mill deck needs a lot of like planning, and play testing to see if it works.
Yeah, and I think one of the main things it needs is a little bit of luck. In Grixis as a whole, it has a lot of digging to find its rares and mythics, which is what makes it strong. Like, it has Maestro's Charm, Corpse Appraiser, Big Score. Like, all those cards are great at actually, like, getting you to your rares and mythics, and your rares and mythics will often win you the game when you play them.
Yeah, they're nasty.
But if you don't get them, then you're not in a good spot. So so Grixis, it can be very powerful, but it has its downsides, which is why it's at number 4. And then number 3 is Azorius. Azorius has seen a lot of play in this format, and it's kind of like a bit of a deck that you have to build around when you're building your deck. Like, you can't just be like some other deck and be like, I'm just going to ignore all the flyers in Azorius. No, like, you need to have cards that deal with the flyers, otherwise you're just going to lose to Azorius. Now, there are some cards that deal with the flyers decently well. Sometimes you lose to Azorius anyways, because they keep on throwing down Celestial Regulators and tapping down all your stuff.
Yeah, that is kind of a nasty little bit. That card is never fun to go up against.
Yeah, Celestial Regulator, very good. And as a whole, I would say that Azorius is a very strong archetype, and yeah, you definitely have to keep it in mind when you're building your deck. Basically, most of my decks, their sideboard slots are dedicated to dealing with the blue-eyed flyers. And it's had good performances. There were 2 or 3, I think it was 3 weeks where it won, right? No, 2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks where it was the winning deck list. So, pretty good. I'm not in a good place. Here's an example of Grixis not being good because it's not drawing its rares.
Well. No.
I still got a 2-4, but...
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh no. The rare. Oh, this is just mill? Oh, that's... Oh, okay. So...
Let's see, how many cards will you have left in your deck after this? I should get deal gone bad.
7, and then what, 4?
Yep.
Oh no. Then 1.
You have this turn to beat me. Can you do it?
Yes.
If you have enough blitz, like, I guess the deal gone bad is in there, so probably can't do it.
I don't know how... Oh. Yeah, you're right. Boom. Headshot.
Okay. Yay. Rude.
It was in my opening hand.
Okay.
And concede.
So yeah, Azorius, good deck. However, I think that even better in the number 2 spot is Esper.
Ooh.
Do you just want to finish this talk and then...
Yeah, let's finish this talk.
Okay. So yeah, number 2, Esper. It's basically the same exact thing as Azorius, where you're just playing a bunch of flyers and just like killing your opponent by just ignoring all their stuff. And I know, like, I was like, going 3-color, not as great as you would think in this format.
You did say
Unless,
that.
like, you got, like, insanely good cards like Hostile Takeover. But the thing is, Esper is more like you're splashing black. You're not going straight up Esper. The best way to play Esper is like a black splash. Because that gets you some really good cards. That rare Mythic, you get Rafine, which is a fantastic card. But the main thing you pick up from that is Nightclubber and Whack. And white is insanely good in this format. And Nightclubber and Whack are really good cards against white. So, having access to those cards puts Esper at the number 2 spot. And Esper is a really strong archetype. It's one of the ones I'm considering playing in the finals.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is one of those things is, I think we kind of went over it. I don't know if we went over it on a Next Week Now episode or not, but how Esper can kind of go above Azorius, where Azorius can't go above, and it's mainly picking the right cards to splash, not the wrong cards.
That is true. You are correct. Yeah. So you basically ignore all those just, like, extra black cards, and you mainly focus on the ones that will, like, shore up the weaknesses of Azorius. Which is mainly its lack of removal. And once you fix that, Esper is really good.
It's Azorius's 1 toughness kind of cards.
So yeah, Esper, put it in the number 2. And then the best one, I think this is an easy one to say which one's the best. I mean, Esper's really good. But the best is Selesnya, green-white.
Green-white, yeah.
It should come as no surprise. It's been putting out consistently good performances every single week, mainly under the helm of Deggy. Our last week, week 8, there was like something like 7 green-white decks or something.
Oh yeah, it was just mirror match after mirror match after mirror match.
Yeah, and the finals were like both like basically it was the same deck except like different rares. Which part of the strength of green white is that it has so many good rares. Like when something like Grixis, when Hostile Takeover gets banned, that's like a serious hit to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
When green white gets something banned, it's like, oh no, Rabble Rousing got banned. Oh no, Elspeth got banned. Oh no, Halo Fountain got banned. It's like, okay, Sanctuary Warden, Titan of Industry, Workshop Warchief, Fight Rigging, Gala Greeters, Extraction Specialist. Extraction Specialist saw no play, but you know, that's a good card. But it's just the quantity of good rares and mythics in green white is so good that like there were so many good ones that just saw no play because there were just too many good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, when you're going green white, you get access to the 2 best commons in the set. You get Inspiring Overseer,
Which is
and
amazing.
you get Dual Thief.
Okay, what about Citizen Girl?
Oh, Civil Servant? Yeah,
Yeah.
Civil Servant. And that, like, going over, like, cards that overperformed. Civil Servant overperformed. Like, that card was great. Like, it basically, like, the plethora of 3 toughness creatures means that, like, your 2 power creatures, like, 2 power creatures aren't as good in this format. Unless they're flying. Or Civil Servant, which it can buff itself. And like Civil Servant basically killed off aggro decks. Like you needed to use your Strangle the turn it came down, because if you leave it alive a turn, they'll just put a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, they'll just like play backup agent and then put a counter on it and then gain 4 life. So even though like you might be in a situation where like, oh, I can play 2-drop this turn, or I can play a Strangle, it's like, I guess I have to play a Strangle because I can't let the Civil Servant live. And if they manage to actually land a Civil Servant, then aggro decks are just dead. Yeah, well, Civil Servant, great card.
We should get into another game.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about cards that we thought overperformed, underperformed, side performed. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. That'll be good. Okay. I think though maybe we should play one more game because we're at 45 minutes, and I don't want it to go too long.
Okay.
Because I think all of our other videos are like an hour. What are our other videos? Oh no, they're like an hour and a half. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. But yeah. No, so we'll probably do 2. For some reason, I thought they were like an hour.
No. Yeah, 3 matches tends to be like 2 hours long usually. So when you cut it down.
Yeah. Okay, I can't play this deck again. I'm sorry.
Can't play the Gruul deck?
No, it's just... Okay, I'll play it again. I think I'm gonna throw a curveball on the 3rd game though.
Oh. The Gruul deck.
It's
okay.
just
challenge me whenever
you're the deck that you love, and I have no feelings toward it. It just is something that I would never play.
What do you want to talk about first? Overperformers or underperformers?
It doesn't matter. I think we'll talk about we'll just talk about overperformers first.
Okay. The last one was mainly me doing a lot of talking. Like, this one, you jump in more?
Maybe. You're the one with all the knowledge. Pretty much just zone out and play.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Game number 2. Ooh, I got a mulligan. Oops, mulligans. I can do this.
Yeah, I can keep this. I'm playing Absolute Dogs Esper list. We've seen this plenty of times before. But
Nice.
he keeps on playing it, so I'll keep on showing it off.
Puts up numbers, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's in the finals. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about some overperformers and underperformers, just in terms of individual cards. So,
And I think we could
anything
skip
you would...
over the Citizen Cat, because we just talked about that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was kind of like a segue into things.
I think that... ooh, Ledger's Ledger. Perfect answer to a rare is a common.
Underperformer. Ledger Shredder.
I think, like, when we talk about overperformers, I honestly, like, I do think Mayhem Patrol was a big overperformer. Just wasn't something that, like, I expected.
Even though I was down on Blitz, like, you'd never play Mayhem Patrol as a Blitz card, really. So it doesn't count towards Blitz being bad.
Yeah, and I think, like,
if you play it with Blitz, it's bad. It's not good when you play it with Blitz. But a 2/2 Menace is a perfectly fine card.
I think, like, when we talk about, like, overperformers, like, Strangle to me also is an overperformer, just because it's not instant speed, and to be honest, like, I rarely run non-instant speed removal, if that makes any sense. Thank you so much, Swords. We're talking about overperformers in our favorite format, Curiosity. Were there any other overperformers that you were feeling?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking
Swords?
to you.
Okay.
Leroy, do not exit out of the game. I've got a good hand.
So, at Uncommon, Luxurious Libation, I was super impressed by that. The green and an X target creature instant that gives target creature +X plus you create a citizen. That card was like, I was surprised how good it is, because it's like a combat trick, right? How good can a combat trick be? Like, oh, in order to be Titanic growth, you need to have, like, X = 4 or something. But no, it, like, all the green-white cards, like, loved having combat tricks on them, so it was all good.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the overperformers just kind of, I mean, like, we think about Inspiring Overseer, Citizen Cat, like,
Inspiring Overseer wasn't really an overperformer. We knew that card was going to be the best common in the set. I guess it overperformed in that it was better than most rares and mythics. Like, that card should probably be banned in any flashback. Streets New Capenna.
well, you know, there's qualifications for something to be banned and a common.
It's shown up in 6 of the 8 winning decks for 8 weeks. I think that counts.
Oh. I thought that would get it banned. I thought it was... Oh, wait, no, that was uncommons.
No. Uncommon is 4 weeks where it's in the winning deck. There is no common ban criteria, but it feels like it should probably be banned.
Can you imagine?
Any future things.
Can you imagine if it was last season, right? And
we could have 4 inspiring overseers.
You could have 4 inspiring overseers. That would be...
God.
I think that was an overperformer. The switch to 3.
It's one of the best changes. Well, I don't think there's been many changes, but it's such a good change. Like, Who was the person who thought of that? Was it you, Ida?
Yeah, it was me. It was after Fistfight Friday when I think the first Fistfight Friday was a 40 card deck that you could have 4 copies of cards, and it was just like the worst uh feeling that I ever had because it was just so boring.
Hey, my deck was cool in that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but actually, like, yeah, you won $100, but actually, like, playing or watching it, it was just like, I think like, oh, like you think standard is bad, but take standard and even with the like basically standard is like watching an event, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rude. Um, Rosanna and the highest. But like in this, um, wait, I just need to think. In that, it was like people saw the meta, right, and were just like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do like all this crazy stuff. But then everyone did the exact same thing, or like
What are you talking about?
three or four,
I was the
three
only
or four,
Orshop player.
3 or 4 people out of everyone did the same thing. Out of 8, 3 or 4 people out of 8 had the same like deck.
Oh yeah, they played Mill, didn't they?
They played lunch
Yeah,
meat
they tried.
aspirant. Did you
I'm
play
not
a
getting
lunch meat
from-
aspirant?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so then I was like, oh, and in that format, Fistfight Friday was very limited on what you could do, right?
Right.
In a similar vein to Curiosity, but yeah, people just all the decks were so similar that I was like, well, what if Curiosity was like, you know, maybe having 4 of a card in a 40 card deck isn't smart. So
4 inspiring overseers, 4 jewel thieves. God, that would be miserable.
yeah, and I think like that's like, you know, it was AFR. We saw that with you know, you had
Gambling gas.
eight
Yeah.
cards with shambling gas and whatnot. So I honestly would be very interested in going back in the past and running some more of those events because
We have the 3-card limit now.
yeah, because of the
Like,
three
imagine
limit.
Shipwreck Sifters with only 3 copies of Shipwreck Sifters.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would be afraid of that card.
It would be a totally different ball game.
So yeah, the overperformer there. Great job, Ida. Okay, now underperformers. If we don't have any more overperformers,
Yeah, I
we'd
can't
like
think
to
of
talk
any.
about. Yeah, I mean, there were good cards, but it's like there's no like surprising good cards.
Oh, underperformers?
Yeah,
We're
for
talking about
underperformers.
Night
overperformer.
Chubber.
Nightclubber as an underperformer? What?
Yes. And here's the thing. The only reason why Night Chubber is an underperformer is because the meta listened and said no.
Even then, Inspiring Overseer and Random Citizen tokens, like, you see those enough?
No.
Nightclubber's just good against those.
Okay,
No, I disagree.
You use Nightclubber. You keep Nightclubber in, but most people don't because it's mainly because if you know, it was Nightclubber. Now everyone is green white, right? Nightclubber only takes out Inspiring Overseer. Only takes out Inspiring Overseer.
I still think you bring in one copy of Nightclubber in during that matchup, but okay. Especially back when rabble rousing was a thing. Nightclubber against rabble rousing was really good.
but you just don't see people running Nightclubbers because it's just not effective.
Okay.
I mean,
Now, this one is a hard disagree there.
It's true, and I'm just agreeing with the players. I don't see it. I see you play it, and sometimes I see other people playing it, but not enough.
Okay. So disagreement here. Let's see if there's disagreement for our next card, which is Ob Nixilis. I think that card underperformed an insane amount. At the start of the season, and like before the season started, I was like, oh, Ob Nixilis is going to be like, it might be banned before Elspeth or after Elspeth. Either way, it's going to be banned pretty early on. And then it's like, nope, not even suspended.
It was barely played.
Yeah, that could, partly because Red-Black not in a good place, but like Ob Nixilis, it wasn't even like a hostile takeover situation where it's like, I play Ob Nixilis and then I win the game. It was like, no, Ob Nixilis doesn't really do much.
Yeah, most of the time with Ob Nixilis, a good thing about Ob Nixilis is that Red-Black has a lot of that deck had a lot of blitz in it, so you could sacrifice someone to it.
Yeah, but that would require so much mana.
But yeah, well, that's the thing it would require like 6 mana, and then you're already behind.
5 or 6 mana.
You're already behind.
Yeah. Ob Nixilis. No, stop strangling my stuff. I don't want you to strangle.
Oh wait, no, that's good.
There's Strangle being an overperformer. It's the killer of Giada's, which would just be crazy without it.
I think, like, overall, I mean, thinking about it, Giada, the Angel deck didn't really pop off, even though you have Sparring
Giada's
Overseer.
still great if they don't have removal for it, but they always have removal for it.
Always.
Every time they don't have removal, you just die to Giada. Another underperformer. You have any others?
No.
You can think of? I got quite a few.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Another underperformer at Rare/Mythic. Depopulate. That's the 2 white, 2 generic Wrath. That destroys all creatures, and then, like, also, like, if you have, if a player has a multicolored, creature being destroyed there, they have to, they get to draw a card.
They get to kiss
so, like,
their
that
mom.
card, yeah, that card underperformed an insane amount. Like, it saw no play.
Well, I mean, But isn't there a difference between a card not seeing play and a card underperforming? Like, I just feel like
cards that you're surprised did not see any play because they just weren't good enough.
Well, I think
we can talk about those as well.
I think people just didn't play that card because, like,
it wasn't good.
It's a Wrath. Wraths are always good.
Not in this case, not. Like, white was just not set up to be in the colors to play a Wrath. It's not like in Kamigawa, where we have Farewell being one of the best Rare/Mythics in the set. No, it was a case of, no, I don't want Depopulate. Depopulate just seems bad on every single board state.
5.
But yeah, I think Depopulate is an underperformer. Which, surprising for a Wrath. Just saw it didn't even really see sideboard play. So I count that as an underperformer. Other underperformer is Murder. Attacking with your 4/4?
I don't know.
Okay.
I trade off that loser.
Murder, I thought, was an underperformer. reason for that is that murder just like the format is basically like I feel like it's a 3 mana format. The best creatures are at 3 mana, and so murder it's like not really. Like it's not getting much value.
Hmm.
And it's like it's so reactive. Like it's like, oh, they already played the creature, they got their enter the battlefield ability, and then yeah, you kill it, but they already got value off of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think though there's just a lot of removal spells in this format.
Yeah, so you don't really need to play murder either.
Yeah, you don't need to play murder, and the removal spells that are in this format are just better.
Yeah. Also, murder being double black means that like in the 3 color decks, which were the best black decks, Grixis and Esper, like you don't want to play murder because it's like it's not good on your mana base.
It's true. Sacrifice a treasure? Why not?
Sacrifice a treasure, make a 3/1 or a 2/2. Yeah, murder was an underperformer, I would say. Another underperformer was a Boon of Safety. Boon of Safety is the 1 mana white instant that is a shield counter and scries 1.
Yeah, I feel like shield counters overall, and this I think is just beyond.
Not that great.
Yeah, they just weren't good. I
Yeah,
remember being
like...
so scared of them at pre-release, and being like,
Right.
"Oh, I gotta make a deck that can deal with shield counters." You know that, and then, yeah, not even in, not standard, limited. Do you see shield counters? You think like
you see Disciplined Duelist, but like other than that,
well,
not
that's
much.
because it's a great card.
Yeah. And this we didn't even see Disciplined Duelist since like there's so much removal that just ignores it, and like in limited, like it's like, yeah, they might not have that removal.
Mm-hmm.
And Curiosity, it's like they're playing black, they're playing whack.
Yeah, I mean, and when we talk about removal like that, is this a gopher party? Can it even work?
Card.
Oh, this gopher party. That's my crew.
Oh, okay.
We just all go in. Kiss some dogs. Oh, you know what? Silly of me.
Still deal a bunch of damage, but
oh, okay.
Oh no, it makes
no little doggy.
Yeah. Oh no.
Create a
So many things you're making. So yeah,
pumped it one more
underperformer in that regard. Let's see. Yeah, I was expecting going in like, oh, maybe it might be the next Tamio Safekeeping, you know, like a card that people weren't expecting and to be like super amazing in Curiosity and Kamigawa, but ended up being like such a good card. And it's like, nope.
Dang it.
Then I win.
You win.
Yes.
2. Oh, you draw a card?
Yep. Wait, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I win next turn if you don't kill me. Okay. I thought I had a counter on one of my things. I was wrong. There's 2 other cards that I thought were underperformers and that they didn't see much play. Gathering Throng the one that gets more gathering throngs on enter the battlefield. Like,
Oh yeah.
his main problem. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just. Oh yeah, Gathering Throng. Totally forgot about that card.
Oh wait, I die.
You die.
I die. Yeah, the reason why you forgot about it is because it just didn't see play, because like Inspiring Overseer and Jewel Thief were and Celestial Regulator were cards, so like there was no chance of playing a 3-drop besides those three.
Yeah. Like in the colors, it just was not the vibes.
Yeah, so like if there were ever to be a Streets of New Capenna with Inspiring Overseer banned, I think Gathering Throng would replace it, but. And the other card that I'm surprised saw no play was an uncommon Elegant Entourage, the 4-mana 4/4 in green that whenever a creature enters another creature enters the battlefield under your control, another target creature gets +1/+1 and trample until end of turn.
These are all cards that like have not thought about in my entire life. It's like, you know, when you look through a yearbook and you're like, whoa, Craig? I remember that guy now.
Craig.
I wonder what he's doing. One time, so recently my parents moved, right? Because they're old. And they downsized. And then they...
and they found Craig?
Well, kind of. They were like, hey, there's like a bunch of stuff that you had from school that we kept, but we don't want it. Do you mind looking through it and kind of discarding what you don't want? And I was like, oh, throw it all out. I don't care about any of it. Because if I cared, I would have had it. And it's just how I work. Ooh. Okay, Fairy Vandal. Drawing cards. +1/+1. I have to talk to my manager though. Let's see. I could.
You got Double Strangle.
I've got Double Strangle, yes. I do.
Okay.
And I think
I mean,
it's
probably yes.
I don't
yes.
have any lands, which is very sad.
Yeah, you cannot let Fairy Vandal grow. Fairy Vandal's one I expected to be actually banned, but it never got banned. Oh well. Oh no, I don't have any play because you destroyed my Fairy Vandal. No. That was really good.
Shouldn't have discarded your cards. I top decked a land. That was good for me. I think like well, so yeah. Anyways, I looked at my yearbook, like my high school senior yearbook that I cared nothing about, and I was like looking up people for like an hour. I was looking them up. I was Googling their name because I figured someone would have like become a serial killer. And then I was just like
extreme.
I was just like I felt so dumb, you know? Because here's the thing, if someone would have became a serial killer, my mom would have told me. And so I just felt so stupid because like I would have known about this serial killer because my mom would have told me, you know? So
you could have found out if they were anything else. Like, who knows? They might have been like a famous porn star.
But see, that doesn't. I just don't really. I mean, I don't really care about that. But I guess my mom wouldn't know something like that, or would she? Francis, if you're listening, quit watching porn. Or, no, you're an adult. You can.
Also, if you're listening, you should join us for curiosity.
Yeah, Francis. So yeah, We were talking about over and underperformers.
I don't think I have any other over or underperformers to talk about. I think that was it. You have anything to add?
No.
Okay.
Really am
So,
though thinking of if I can win this.
I think you will win this. Yes.
Blocks. Oh, that's blocks a creature with flying. Oh, these Jetmirs will kill either
4,
one.
5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
pretty much
8.
everything dies.
Yeah, I'm not in a good place. Yeah, you got this one.
Wait, I can double pump.
Yeah, I know.
Double pump.
That's why I double blocked, so that way I can at least kill one Jetmir's Fixer.
I don't want to use both my lands. Stop. It wants me to use a treasure. I don't want to use a treasure. The fuck?
Because you didn't tap a red.
Oh. That's silly me. I got scared.
You know you had lethal on me, right?
Nah. Quit. You're crazy.
You just needed to pump up the other Jetmir's Fixer 3 times.
I wouldn't be able to kill your whole board, though.
Okay. Echo Inspector concede. Okay, we'll talk about finals.
We'll talk about finals after this final break.
Okay, cool. Timing for all these little talks are matches up decently well.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to throw a curveball.
Oh, play the rule list, please, one more time.
Alright, one more time.
Yes. It is the 5th best deck in the format.
Not better than not better than my list. What the fuck? Himrax online? Does he not know how to? God damn it. What time do you get home tomorrow?
Should get home around like 5:30ish.
So 8:30.
Which is 8:30 your time. Yeah.
Damn.
Why do you ask?
Well, you're the only one who volunteers for Team Cat. So you're the only one who qualifies to play
That is
Draft
true.
Club.
Yeah, but it starts at 5, right?
It starts at, well, 7. So.
Oh, it starts at 4. Yeah, there's no way I could make it then.
Yeah, you'd have to call off.
Yeah, I'd have to call off for 2 hours in that case. Like 1 hour, it's like a possibility if I know it's upcoming or something. Unlike if I gave more time, but like, yeah, there's no way I could do. Take 2 hours off with such short notice.
Alright, the final game of your life.
Okay.
This
and
is
oh my god, my mulligans are terrible, but that's because I'm playing Jayfish's version of my Celestial list, which cut 2 lands because the people who play this format are crazy. Like, they're just like, I don't need to play lands. I'll go down to 2 lands, and that's all I need in my deck.
I mean, people, hey, they know the rules. They know the rules, and so do I. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
Wait, did I already introduce what we were talking about? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's when you try to do too many things at once, kid. Your whole world goes upside down. So, finals... Here's the thing. So we're gonna see a green-white deck. Oh no, not Citizen's Crowbar! You bastard!
At least this time you have an enchantment in your deck, so your reaction is actually completely appropriate.
You know how much I hate this card. I hate all good equipment. Because you just can't get rid of it. Like,
Well, you
Citizen's
can
Crowbar?
if you play an enchantment. If you play Stimulus Package, the Citizen's Crowbar will be gone because I will destroy the Stimulus Package.
Well, this is the thing, is Citizen's Crowbar, and it's, like, good? Excuse me. It's like the equipment that's just annoying. It's not like necessarily super good. It's just annoying and it doesn't go away. Excuse me, I got the hiccups.
Okay. So, we don't know exactly who is playing because not everybody has RSVP'd yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if like everybody is in, then our players will be me, Tempest Funk,
So Grixis.
Tempest Funk is probably on Grixis. Even though Grixis did get banned, so it's possible, like, Hostile Takeover got banned, so it's possible they might be on another plan rather than Grixis, and they'll surprise us in the finals. I think it's still possible that they will play Grixis, since Grixis Mill is a viable deck.
You know what? I feel like if making this format isn't enough, I think that since I think my next contribution was Grixis Mill, and I'm very
Again, I
proud
saw
of that.
somebody play it before you did, so...
No, you didn't. And that
Yes,
person was me, by the way.
No, it was Zahori.
Wait, Zahori?
Yeah.
The person
Yeah.
who's never played Curiosity?
They ask for games all the time, and I played games with them, and one of the games was with a Grixis Mill list, which was cool.
Was it a good deck though? Was it a viable deck?
Yeah, I was decently impressed by it.
But not as impressed as my deck.
I managed to win on 0 cards, but...
Nice. I think I'm gonna win on 0 cards here. So you know what? Strangle's not an instant.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm just dealing 9 damage to you.
Oh my lord.
No big deal. Luxurious Libation, I love it. So yeah, Tempest, traditionally on Grixis, so probably going to be playing Grixis, might surprise us. Deggy. Oh, Deggy's on Selesnya for sure. Like, there's no doubt about that. They've enjoyed great success with Selesnya so far, so, like, why change what's not broken, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I can see that. You know, I think I think, like, we have had, oh my lordy. Okay, so Gideon.
Oh, Gilded Pinions, that's an overperformer. Gilded Pinions is a fantastic card.
I don't think it's an over or underperformer. I think it's a
I love Gilded
what's
Pinions.
what's the thing?
It's a performer.
No, it's like it went under the radar. I think, like, people don't care about it. It's not like it underperformed or overperformed. I think people just were just like, I don't care.
Yeah, people were like, I don't like. They ignored the card, and then like it turned out to be a really scary card that people commented on as being like a really strong card
But
into
then
the
no one
Selesnya
played
list.
it.
What are you talking about? It's like in every single Selesnya list that
Gilded
is playing
Pinions?
it. Yeah, Gilded Pinions is a great card in Selesnya.
I've never seen it played in my entire life.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's a great
I
card. You're just
won.
blind to it.
Don't worry, I won.
Okay,
Look,
take your
look at
word
this.
for it.
Look at this god tier play right here. Oh, Strangle's is a sorcery.
I like that as Menace.
Everyone has Menace. You have Menace.
So yeah, Deggy's going to definitely play Selesnya, so expect that. Merkin. Now there's one that is going to be surprising. Merkin, our winner from last season.
Wait, you killed a Mayhem patrol?
Yes?
You idiot. Damn it.
Why?
I could have gotten another Strangle.
You know what? That is fair. Although I could have just put my flying onto the citizen token because Gilded Pinions is an equipment.
Damn it, you're right.
Because Gilded Pinions is a great card that lots of people are playing.
It's a garbage card. No, it's a great card. I think just my experience with it is only in draft, where I don't think it's that good in draft.
So Merkin, probably going to play Selesnya as well.
Merkan returning Turkish champ.
But they might play Gruul because they did play a lot of Gruul earlier in the season. But recently, like the past 2 weeks, they were on Selesnya, so might play that instead.
I think like it is also very interesting this season, because and we have a lot of really good players, right?
Yeah.
But there was a time where we had like teams, you know?
Oh, the team deck builders, yeah.
That we had
like Archer Master and stuff.
Archer Master, iVertebrae, and Salty Saint Nick, I think.
But I'm on a team with everybody since I share my list.
Yeah, you're on everyone's team. I think I can do this. Wait, I need to talk to it real quick. Okay. This.
And then Strangle.
And then Strangle.
Okay.
So I mean, like, I think like, teams are fine. But, you know, obviously I don't think I'm pro or anti team.
Okay.
I think though that I don't think that teams necessarily improve the format. I think it did like degenerate the format a bit.
I mean, there were some cool decks, like in Innistrad Midnight Times, like the graveyard list that Archer Master and whoever he was on a team with came up with. Like that was a cool deck. Like I love that deck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like what I'm saying is that was like when you had I think at that point there were two, like when there was a point where there was two teams, two people playing, two or three people in the team playing the same deck, and then another team of two people were playing another deck that was very similar, or that were the same list. So like when we were casting, it was just like, oh, Ica Volt. This hurts though. I've never seen this card in my entire life.
Well, now you're going to be making all your lands make 1/1s. That's what it does.
Hopefully not. Hopefully all my lands will make 2/2 hasty boys or 3/3 vigilant, 3/1 vigilant donkeys.
I mean, that would be the ideal, but
It's just like there's. I think it might be like win more. You know.
It's a key combo piece with stimulus package. So it's what makes stimulus package go off.
If I just killed it now.
Killed what now?
Jewel Thief.
Ow.
I make a 1/1.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can double block.
And I draw a card at least.
Makes sense. I don't want to take too much. You forgot to block.
I was already past it when I thought of it.
Oh, okay.
Civil servant, you gotta be. Oh no, not the crowbar. Oh,
you know what?
God.
You know what? I can destroy your bootlegger stash next turn.
I gotta get up some treasures.
Yeah, let's go. Now, this deck, Grixis hates playing against Celestia because it main boards the Citizen Crowbars. Anyways, so yeah, Merkin, non-Celestia, Gruul. We got Augie. Augie. Augie probably going to play some kind of Azorius deck, I would say, which I think, yeah, perfectly fine choice to play Azorius in this format. It's a good deck. Like, flying over your opponents? Yeah, great. Possible Augie might be splashing black, though, and playing an Esper list. Which, again, great deck. So, I think that's what we'll see from Augie. It's what they've been playing so far, this season.
Man, this is not looking hot.
And just the presence of those Azorius, of a person who plays Azorius / Esper, will mean that people will need to watch out. Like, they'll need to make sure their sideboard can handle those kinds of decks.
Oh, I don't think you can handle this. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. Is that what you're singing?
Absolute Dog will absolutely be playing Esper. They've been playing Esper basically this entire season. They will play Esper. So it's another one where we're going to be seeing. I'll just take 2.
Oh,
Whatever,
what's up,
however
Celestial
much damage
Striker? We are drafting. Oh no, we're playing Curiosity, the finals. We're recording a live video. Hopefully your stream went all right. Talking about what's gonna happen in our favorite format, Curiosity. Welcome, Raiders.
Archon will probably be on Selesnya. And then Jayfish will either be on Zorius or Selesnya, probably. So I think what we're going to see in the format is either we're going to see 4 or 5 different decks. Likely 4. I think we're going to see mostly Selesnya. I think we're going to see some Azorius. 1 or 2 Esper lists, and we'll probably see a Grixis list from Tempest.
Nice.
So I think Selesnya is going to be the one to beat. I think if people are going to make their sideboards, they're going to make them around Selesnya, with also keeping in mind Azorius and Esper as well as possibilities. Oh wait, there's one player we haven't talked about yet.
Who's that?
Who's shown up in the finals.
What's up, Celestial? How was your stream, Celestial?
Me.
The one who knows everything.
Yeah, the one who knows everything.
The Charizard? I love that.
And you can't guess what deck I'm playing based off past performances because I played every deck.
That is true. I think of the people, just especially doing this format. Oh my lord! Titan Ministries 2?
Do what?
You choose 2 things.
Yeah, 2 things.
Oh my jeez. 2 in the air, trample, 10 trample. I mean, I've won, but how am I supposed to win?
Oh yeah, who knows when I will bring in to the finals. As I said, I'm thinking either Esper or Selesnya. Leaning towards Selesnya at the moment, but who knows? Maybe I'll try and throw people off.
Yeah.
I might be lying to everybody and I'll just bring in Jund.
Jund. I feel like there's enough stuff that happened this set. Oh my god, are you just like slowly letting me die?
No.
You coward. I feel like there's
I'm just going with the guaranteed kill.
There's enough. Oh ho 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 ho. Ah 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 ah. Oh 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 oh.
You won, go one.
I think we won.
How did you think you win?
Listen. Chat, don't tell him. But I have a secret. Hey. You're blocking like that. This Titan of Industry has a counter on it?
A shield, yes. It comes.
Okay.
You can put it in with a shield.
Okay.
Oh no, you're dealing 4 damage to me. Oh no, you're not dealing 4 damage to me.
Why would I deal 4 damage to you?
Oh no, your board's dead.
Dang it! All I got was a mountain. Well, GG's right there.
Yep. Okay. We didn't get to talk about Baldur's Gate, but if you want to chat Baldur's Gate with me or with other people, you can always go onto the Curiosity Discord, and yeah.
Sure, it will be listed below. So here's the thing: is Baldur's Gate is gonna be the dumbest format we have. Like we're gonna do some dumb stuff.
In terms of banning.
Yeah, so the bannings are going to be really dumb. I think
Or even banning commons with because it is so afraid of Shambling Ghast.
No, I just like the idea of just having a crazy ban kind of situation kind of thing. I think we might only do top 4 for finals.
Wait, we are going to have a finals?
I think there's the possibility we just do top 4.
I might not be guaranteed then.
And it might be single elimination. It might be double elimination. Still. But yeah, I think it's gonna be top 4 or 4 random people. But
no, don't do 4 random people. What are you talking about?
So
a person who only showed up 1 week and never again. You want to play?
So I think it's something to hold out on, something to chillax on. But yeah, I mean this.
How many weeks are we planning on that? Has Sword decided?
Swords is the one who decides all that. He's the one who actually has a schedule and does things in his life. I just play video games. I choose to play video games the majority of my life. I just love video games. So, but yeah, you can find out more on our Discord, which is linked below. You can find more at twitch.tv/the_ida. And am I missing anything else?
Just show up to watch the finals. If you played Curiosity, make sure you watch till the end for the drawing. And looking forward to seeing people for Baldur's Gate season.
All right. And we'll see you around. Next week now.
Yay.